Okay, everybody, this is Coach Vic, and we are going to be talking today with Coach Vic. He is one of the subject matter experts on KPERFORM site because he has a lot of awesome expertise, and you're gonna know more about that today.
Hey guys, my name is Tafa, Junior Executive of KPERFORM, and today we have Coach Vic, like Dr. Veera mentioned earlier. So I'm just gonna start, and I'd like to know a little bit about you.
Hi, my name is Coach Vic, as we all mentioned before. I get the name Coach because I am a trainer, defensive back specialist, hence the DB Lab shirt I have on. I've been training high-level defensive backs in football, American football, by the way, for the past 10 years. And things have gone really, really well for us now. And we have some of the top guys in the country. And so, so my journey started back in the day, maybe like 20 years ago when I first started playing football. And I played college football, and then at Michigan State University. And then from there, I played several years of professional arena football for a while. I had a couple of NFL opportunities, didn't quite work out for me. And so I turned my attention onto the kids and the youth, and developed something we call DB Lab, and so that's why I have the name, hence Coach Vic.
That's amazing, because I was reading a little bit about DB Labs, and I saw that you came with only like $200 in your pocket, and I'm thinking, that's really, really ambitious, and I was like, what drives your passion for that? Like, what drives your passion for what you do? That's
a good question. That's ironic. A lot of people don't read that, but yeah, I came here with $200 in my pocket to Los Angeles with a dream and a goal to succeed and to be what I've always dreamt to be. And it was either live or die for me. And so when I came here, my whole sole goal was to, first of all, make it to the NFL, which and have NFL opportunities, which I've done. I got opportunities, which I was fortunate for. But then the ultimate drive was to just make something of myself, and then in that process, help other people make some of themselves as well. And so because I had that drive and I had that stick-to-itiveness, for lack of a better word, I was fortunate enough to rub shoulders with the right people, meet my wife, who I have, who helped me along the way tremendously, and a few other mentors that I have today that helped me along. So yeah, that was the drive for me.
That's really, really cool. So one of the reasons why we're sitting at this couch is because of Dr. Veera. So I'd like to know how you met her, and how you got to.
So Dr. Veera is actually my neighbor, and has been my neighbor for a few years actually, I think. So, but we met here. She was doing some weird stuff on the ball with some band. But me being a trainer, I know that no matter how it looks, it can definitely work, right? It can, it can be something. And so I was always interested in what she was doing, and so we ran into each other at a kind of community get together here in the apartment complex, and the stuff she had to say about what she was doing was very interesting to me. And so I was like, well, if you can fix backs, I have this back situation, right? That I accumulated all these years of playing football, and I would have to sit down every 30 minutes. I couldn't stand up for only 30 minutes at a time. My back would tighten up. And so, Dr. Veera said she could actually fix that. And so, I got even more interested into what she was doing. And so she brought me in, and she did an assessment on me. And actually within that day, I was able to, soothe my back problem. In a day. Wow. I promise you, I kid you not, in a day. And so throughout the months, as the months went on, because when I had the back problem, I couldn't do certain things. I couldn't squat. Because my back had tightened up really bad. I couldn't bench the way I wanted to bench because of too much weight to have my back tightened up. And so now I'm able to do that. So now I'm able to go in there and squat as much as I want. I've been really excited about my numbers in squatting, my numbers in benching, and what I've been able to do, because that's kind of my love, right? So being able to get back to that is amazing, and Dr. Veera has really changed my life in that aspect for sure.
So I hear that you're an entrepreneur from Dr. Veera, and I just want to know about the scope of being an entrepreneur and the pressures that come with it.
I'm an entrepreneur. Actually, that entrepreneur bug has been my whole life. You know, ever since I was young, I was little, I was always selling something, you know, knocking on doors, trying to cut grass or whatever it took, right? Yeah, I've always had that along with my football, right? So that's always been my deal. You know, being an entrepreneur has so much more to do with just being durable than anything else, right? Just being able to take those blows and keep going, right? And so, yes, you do have pressures, but I don't look at them as pressures, I look at them as learning opportunities. And so I'm very fortunate to have worked on that mindset about losing or pressures. And so, now I like to believe that that we're doing fairly well and we're pretty successful at it. So.
That sounds like, because you mentioned all these things, that sounds like a really, really busy day that you have. How do you find time to just, like, you know, be with yourself, or like, you know, get that me time, or, you know, just
And so, good question. Actually, I'm very introverted, believe it or not. And so, only when I'm outside or when the camera's on, I'm on, right? But when I'm at home, I want to be at home. I want to be at home by myself with my wine, doing work. That's what I love to do, right? And so because of that, you know, I have to regularly give myself time. Regularly, I give myself time. And so I do that often. I do it every day. I find a way to give myself time every day. I try to schedule it. I'm not as successful as that. As successful in that as I like to be. You know, but I work at it. I work at that balance a lot. And for me, I need more me time than most entrepreneurs, right? Most entrepreneurs are an extroverted type of person. I'm not. I'm extroverted when I have to be, and I love to be. I love people. But I like to be inside doing work and just kind of to my own, right? And so you have to make time. You have to force time in there for yourself. If you don't, your time will be drawn away from you. You won't have it, and then you'll find yourself, you know, somewhere, you know, in a bad place, dark place, you know. And so
keyword, make time.
Make time. I don't care what. Make time.
That's.
Speaking of making time.
Hi
guys.
Hi.
I would like to know how you balance being a dad alongside all of your entrepreneurial activities. If we could actually bring Israel in.
Yes. All right.
There's the famous kid.
That's the famous kid, all right. That's the one. Really, the thing about it is, fortunate enough for me, and in some cases, unfortunate for me, Israel doesn't stay with me full time, and so that's the unfortunate part, right? But the fortunate part is he has a great mom, and you know, she allows, along with my wife, she allows me to kind of maneuver and do the things I need to do at the same time, making time for him as well, right? And so because of that, I'm able to kind of have a nice balance where we have a great relationship. You know, we have fun together. He's here 4 times a year with me, for the most part, and then I'm able to go down there and see him anytime I want, and then we FaceTime. And because now it's the new age, right? You can almost cyber parent. So so I've been doing a lot of that as well, and so it's definitely a balance, because, you know, if you look at my phone right now, I have every day I have 2 alarms that go off that has his name on it, right? And so if he's not here, I have to make sure that I make time for him as well, whether that's 30 minutes, 25 minutes, or whatever. But I have to make time for him, make time to communicate with his mom, and if I do that efficiently enough, it's not as hard as most people think, right? And so, like I said, I'm not the best at it all, but I'm working at it, you know. And that's the goal. That's the goal, and that's the thing to do. The thing is to work at it. It's not to go in there and try to be the best right now, but just work at being the better you can be, right? Every day. So.
Such a good takeaway. Thank you so much.
You got it.
So we are aspiring entrepreneurs, and I'm guessing so many other people watching this video right now. So what advice do you have for, you know, young and just any entrepreneur actually?
Well, I'll say that, you know, so it's a million ways to make money, right? And I'll just share my view of how I attack this deal. Okay. First and foremost, you want to find something that you would do for free, and then figure out a way to monetize it. Right. That's first and foremost. Find your passion, right? Find that first, and then figure out a way to monetize it where it helps everybody. Everybody wins, right? Of course, secondly, always have integrity. Right? Always do things with integrity. right? You get into the business world, entrepreneur world, some people just don't have it.
Yeah.
Right? It happens.
Yeah.
Some people just don't have it. I've been burnt. Everybody's been burnt before, right? You just shake it off and you go and do it again. Do the next, find a good person that's doing it. Because there are good people that's doing good business, right? Thirdly, have thick skin and, write your own path, right?
Yeah.
If somebody tells you, like I had, prime example, I had one of my mentors who didn't necessarily agree with, with one of my business choices, right? And because he just wasn't used to that type of, he's only know one thing, right?
Yeah.
And so, although he's a mentor, I was still able to say, okay, I'll take away what you have for me, process it, and then make my decision for myself.
Yeah.
So I ended up making a decision for myself and ended up making a lot of money off of it, and he respected that.
Yeah.
So, write your own path, right? Don't try to go in, I sing like Michael Jackson, I'm gonna be Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's already been done, right? He's already been done. So that is definitely a good one. But at the same time, I'm gonna be a little two-faced here. Have a mentor, right?
Yeah.
Seek out a mentor. Seek out people that's doing what you want to do, exactly what you want to do, and go work for free, give them free time, whatever you can do to just be around them, right? To be around them. I used to work free often, often. I wouldn't just, put it like this. You're not giving somebody value who already has money or whatever resources. Say, I'm gonna take you out for some coffee or lunch. It's not giving value to them, right?
Yeah.
But what you are doing is showing them that you will grind. And you go there and say, look, what you need me to clean up, you need me to do this, you need me to go run some papers for you. I'll do that twice a week, 3 times a week. Whatever you need me to do, I'll come and do it for you. I know you don't need me to do it, but allow me to do that for you, to be in your presence.
Yeah.
And so what happens eventually, you start gaining that trust with that person, and then, they give you opportunities.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's true. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that.
You got
like
it.
that advice?
That was so good.
Oh,
I'm really
thank you.
blown away. I need to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I needed that so bad. I'm gonna make time, thick skin, write your own path, get a mentor. I already have a mentor too, so it's really amazing.
I'm telling you. Yes. It's going.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your extremely busy day to hang out with us and teach us a lot about entrepreneurship and DB Labs. And thank yous. This was really fun.
Are you excited for your big interview coming up?
I want to play lots of games and show people how much I love them.
Yeah,
Right?
you can teach us how to
Yeah,
play
you're gonna teach
Minecraft
us.
and Roblox and Fortnite.
I think I should teach you how to play Minecraft first, so we can play Sky Wars and team up.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm down.
I'm down. I'm very old school with my video games, so it's gonna be really nice. to see.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. It was a great honor to have Coach Vic launch our series of talking to people with their PFT experience and the impact it's made. So please subscribe, because we're gonna have more of these videos and stories and interviews and lots of fun stuff and watching me throw football. Okay.
I hear that you're an entrepreneur from Coach Vic. Great.
That's not good.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Oh, sorry. 3, 2, 1.
But start again. We're still
You
talking.
better get
I got
that
somebody.
right.
I got. Oh, okay.
Thank you so. No, not so.
You're good.
And